Yeah, they were nervous.
What were they nervous of?
Sorry?
Why?
Because you didn't know what was going to happen. I mean, my parents, because in the farmhouse, they billeted, my mother did bed and breakfast. And she had a wing commander staying with her. And his family, his wife used to stay with us, like, you know. And he used to fly Beaufighters. So they were stationed on the camp here.
Yes.
And one incident I found quite remarkable was he been out patrolling off the Isles of Scilly in the morning, and he'd come back here. He'd been out patrolling all night, come back I think around breakfast time, about 7, 8 o'clock, and he shot down a German. And he and his wife opened a bottle of champagne to celebrate they killed this German. Uh-huh. And I thought, when you look at that today, and you think that they were celebrating the fact they'd killed somebody, you can imagine the mindset at that time with people is very different to what it is today. It's difficult to imagine.
Well, if you were at war, or we were at war, and somebody was trying to invade our country, I think we would change our mindset.
That's right, yeah. But the thing was, you see, he knew, and most people didn't know, but he knew, and he was talking about his mother, and they knew what was happening with the Jews in Auschwitz and all. They knew basically what was happening.
Your parents?
Yeah, they knew because he told them, the commander, and he was one of the few that knew. The people that were only the senior RAF officials knew.
I see.
And they knew, my parents knew, that if they got here, the chances of survival were about nil. They expected to be killed when they got here. This was the mindset, and this is why they were so concerned. Because they know what they'd done in the Ukraine and some places where they'd taken whole villages and out and killed them and shot them for no reason. Mm. And Joan's father was a farmer. Mr. Gilbert lived at Mullion.
Oh, Joan was a Gilbert.
He was a sergeant in the Armed Guard, and his job would have been to sabotage the Germans when they got here, and he was trained for that. And they had explosives in the farmhouse. They had one bedroom full of explosives ready to use for sabotage if the Germans got here.
In the house?
In the house.
Scary.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then and they would have used, there was an old chapel in Clare Garden, and they would have used that. They would have gone into that in hiding and come out by night, and they would have moved all that, and the Germans got here. That was all planned.
So, sounds like we were expecting the Germans to come.
They were expecting them to get here after
the
Battle of Britain. They were expecting them to come, expecting an attack. If we'd lost the Battle of Britain, they would have got here. Don't think there's much doubt about that.
No doubt about that, yes. We seem to look at it because we know the end of the story that we won, but didn't realise that things were so desperate that British people
were absolutely desperate. There's no question about that.
I don't think that.
People don't realise today.
No.
But the country was starving. The country was literally starving at the time, you know. People were only on rations. I mean, everything you had, the towns especially. The country wasn't so bad because we grew most of what we grew in those days. Mm-hmm. But if you couldn't grow it, and you were in a town, you were really struggling, you know. Because the amount of shipping they were losing was horrendous.
That's shocking.
Yeah.
Really, yeah.
So it's one of those things, you know, but we survived. I mean, I didn't expect when I was a kid, I didn't expect to live past 18 or 20. I thought when I was 18 I'd be put in the Air Force or thing or all the rest of it and be fighting Germans. I was brought up thinking that as a child.
Really?
Yeah.
My goodness. Do you remember the end of the war?
Sorry?
Do you remember?
Oh, I remember the end of the war. Yeah, that was just before Florida Day. And I remember parents going to the house to the car, and they had every car you went by was flying a Union Jack.
Wow. Yeah. It must have been an enormous relief.
Oh, it was, yes. Yeah. But I can remember before D-Day, Father, Mr. Stevens, Bevel Stevens, had taken the cattle to market with his cattle truck in the morning, and Father was following on behind Monday morning, Telston Market, and we got as far as Penale, which is where the Mullion Holiday Park is, and the army pulled us over. It wasn't RAF, it was army pulled us over, dragged us all out the car, went through the car, examined it, wanted to see Father's ID and Mother's ID and all the rest of it, and he's going to turn Father back. Going to turn him back home and told him he couldn't go. And Father said, I've got to go, cattle are in there, I've got to go. And he had a long argument. He argued with the officer for 20 minutes. I'll never forget it. Yeah. In the end, the officer let him go.
Really?
And from there all the way to Helston, there were military vehicles lined up from Penale right through into town. And he had to stop every few yards for traffic to pass coming to and fro. And there was very few private vehicles running. I mean, he was one of the few that was allowed through. And we all wondered what it was. Of course, we know now it was D-Day. But I remember now because the men were standing beside the vehicles, and all these military vehicles, and there were 2 or 3 men standing up there, smoking and chatting as you went by, you know.
Gosh, I wonder where they went to and where they were loaded. Were they
Well,
going
I
to
think
Plymouth?
they were loaded probably at Falmouth.
Falmouth, right.
Because a lot of the landing craft were in the Fal. But apparently, the whole of Cornwall was like that.
Really?
Car vehicles parked all through the roads, all through Cornwall. Wow. You can't even imagine it today.
No. It's from Penhay all the way
it.
to Helston.
Yeah.
That's a lot of miles. It's like what?
Yeah, that was 9 miles.
9 miles, yeah.
Yeah.
Vehicles. That's a lot of vehicles.
That's right.
And people. Soldiers. Wow. And you got to see it.
Well, we got to see the vehicles before they went.
Can I ask, when did you become aware that D-Day had occurred? Or when did you learn what that was all about?
That was radio.
Oh, yeah.
That was the radio. 2 or 3 days later we heard that.
2 or 3
when
days
it came out
later.
on the radio.
Yeah.
Because in those days we had no electric on the farm. No power. The villages had electric, we didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And Father and Mother had a radio, which was basically one channel, which was the BBC One.
Mm-hmm.
And it had a large 120 volt dry battery, which was about that sort of size. And it had a 6 volt accumulator battery. Had 2 of them. And you had to charge them up every fortnight. And they used to be charged down the local garage. You used to charge them for everybody down there. So there's lines of these lined up down the local garage being charged for people.
Yeah.
But they used to listen to the news 6 o'clock. And that was about it. And possibly 9 o'clock for half an hour, because the batteries would run down and you didn't, you'd lose the power and you couldn't hear anything, you know.
Okay.
And that was basically all they used the radio for.
Okay. News.
Not like it is now. You switch on and you do everything within 5 minutes.
Mm.
It was a different world.
Do you remember what you learned about D-Day? What did they say about D-Day? What were they allowed to say about D-Day?
Not an awful lot, really.
Not really? Mm.
No, I don't really remember too much of what they said, but they said they'd landed in France. But that was about as much as we knew,
Okay.
you know.
Mm. Right. Wow.
It was, but yeah, that was really about the war, as I say.
Hmm. That's fascinating.
But the thing I've noticed over the last 80 years is the small birds, butterflies, all those things.
Mm.
They've largely disappeared.
Mm.
Because as I was saying before about the butterflies when I was a child, but all sorts of things and all the rest of it, you know. And because when you look at it now, we've lost 75–80% of small birds to what we had.
Yeah, and insects and meadows and places like
Yes,
that.
yeah.
Hedges, yeah.
There's 2 or 3 reasons for that. One is the chemicals that we've used.
Mm.
The other thing is better hygiene today. You haven't got the tips and stuff used to create the flies. It was the flies and the stuff and the maggots and all the rest of it that used to keep these birds going, you know.
Right. I hadn't thought about that.
That is a big factor in it. And of course then we've had government legislation which has stopped. You know, if you want to kill magpies now, you've got to get a license. In those days you didn't. I mean, people shot the predators, they shot the foxes, they shot rabbits, they shot magpies, other predators, crows, that sort of thing.
Right.
But with the legislation, of course, now the magpies, to kill a lot of the small birds when they're born, fledglings, they come and they pick them off when they're very tiny birds.
Right.
So they never get big enough to breed.
Right.
And crows will do that. What I've seen, which is most unusual, and I've seen it down here, there was a Canadian geese there had 6 young chicks. And they were about 3rd grown, I suppose, half grown. They were quite large. They were certainly larger than crows. And a flock of crows came in here, came through, and they worked together, and they distracted the parents, and they grabbed 2 of those by the neck and took them away and killed them. And I was surprised because I didn't realise that they could tackle anything that large.
Yeah.
Which just goes to show, you know, I don't think many people have seen that happen.
I wouldn't have believed it if you hadn't told me.
No. But, you know, that I've actually seen that with my own eyes.
Hmm. So, how old were you when you started working on the farm, helping your dad out? Do you remember?
Yeah, I do remember.
What sort
When
of
I
things?
was a toddler, because labour was so short, nobody looked after me. I'd be with father and mother,
Yeah.
or I'd be on my own.
Right.
And I spent many, many hours as a child on my own. I mean, it's the thing, but it didn't bother me. I always found something to do. And when we ploughed in the autumn, I used to sit on father's lap while he was ploughing. Mm-hmm. And I used to push his hand away and steer the tractor, try to, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how I first started.
Yeah, yeah.
And when I had enough weight to put the clutch in, he said, right, you can carry on now. So from the time I had enough weight to put the tractor in and clutch down on the standard force and put it in gear, I was driving a tractor on the farm.
Really?
And some of my best memories was driving a tractor in the spring and roll the fields and doing that sort of thing. Because what father would do, he'd come down the field, set me off, leave me there to do the job, and then come back when I finished, he'd go off and get on with the other work.
Right. So you were ploughing?
I wasn't ploughing at that age.
Okay.
Wouldn't trust me to do that at that age.
No, what were you doing
At
on
that,
the
that age, I was working down rolling with a spring tooth and with a roller.
Oh, okay.
You roll the seed down and break them out. Yeah, I used to, that was when I first started driving a tractor. I don't know how old I was, but I wasn't very old.
So were you planting seed?
Planting Corn, yes,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Did you grow corn for the cattle? Because it was
They
a
used to grow corn for cattle in those
Oh,
days.
yeah, I
'Cause
guess
they, well, they had to grow so much. It was mandatory. You had to
yeah,
grow
yeah,
so many
in the
acres,
war, yeah.
you know.
Did you have much to do with the cattle themselves?
Uh, Not an awful lot.
Mm-hmm.
I can remember cleaning up calves' houses with a dung fork when I was young. It wasn't very often I could help Father do that. I'd done quite a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
And that sort of thing, cleaning out the houses and behind the cows and the calves and stuff, you know.
Right.
But,
Did you like cattle?
Sorry?
Did you like the animals?
Wasn't a case of like, just like it was there was something that you just accepted.
No, I was just wondering whether you would prefer to plant things or whether you liked looking after living things. Though I suppose farming's a mix, isn't it?
Yeah, I've never in my life worried what I've done. If it needed doing, I've always just gone and done it and never thought about it. Whether I like a job or whether I don't like the job. You know, that's nothing that ever crossed my mind, really.
Did you get into milking?
So,
Milking
yeah, I milk cows. Yeah.
by hand or
I milk them with hand and machine.
a machine? Yeah.
Yeah.
How many cattle did your father have?
He used to milk 20 cows.
20.
I mean, it doesn't sound a lot now, but in those days it was all done by hand.
Mm.
You know?
How much milk do they produce a day?
Used to about 5-6 churns a day.
Oh, that's a fair bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they used to take it up top, put it on the plat for the lorry to collect. Used to go to St. Earth and they used to process it.
St. Wow, that's a long way.
Yeah. That's what they done in those days. Very different from today.
Did life change much when the war ended? Were you...
Well, it was easier to get in and out. It was just strange because from the time I was born, there were so many soldiers and stuff around, and suddenly everything went quiet. Just like as if the place had gone dead, you know. So it's very different.
Do you have siblings, brothers or sisters?
So,
Did you have siblings, brothers or sisters? Were you on your own?
I'm on my own.
You were an only child.
Yeah, only child.
Oh, I didn't realise that.
Yeah, I think my mother and father, when they had me, they had so much trouble with me, they didn't want another one.
I doubt that very much.
Sorry?
I doubt that very much, yeah.
No, because I think the problem was I was born outbreak of the war. And the war coming, I don't think my parents realised what would be expected of them.
Busy.
And the fact that they had a child to look after as well made it very difficult, you know. Because the blunt truth was they never really had the time to look after me.
With all the work.
But they did, you know. I can remember, I don't know how old I was, but I had a little tiny wagon thing about that size. And I dragged it from the farm down to the boundary, which is the second field out. And I went to sleep. And they couldn't find me. When it came to tea time, 5 o'clock, they couldn't find me. I nearly went berserk and they found me down there sleeping.
Just pulled it off and off you went.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, it was a very different world.
Right. Where did you go to school?
I went to school in Rule Minor, and then after that I went to Truro School in Truro.
Truro?
Truro School.
How did you get there?
Boarded.
Seriously? Really? What age?
11.
Boarded at 11, wow. What was that experience like?
Traumatic, actually.
Right. that makes sense, because living on a quiet farm,
But living
you're
on a
suddenly
quiet
in a
farm
city.
on my own,
Yeah.
and mother doing everything, you washing your clothes and doing, and making your bed and all the rest of it.
Uh-huh.
And in those days, I found, when I was put up there first, because I didn't know a single soul there, to be dragged away from your parents and livestock and the things you work with and care for, to be shoved into basically barracks, if you like. Or, I mean, we were in rooms with, I think in those days, probably the first one was about 10 or a dozen boys in the same room at night and that sort of thing.
Right.
And of course you got no privacy or anything like that. And the first 6 months or so, I think really was quite traumatic. You know, I mean, today they call it mental health problems, but in those days they didn't know anything about mental health. That was out.
Yeah.
But I think what it did, it made me very, very ardent at the end of the day, very independent.
Okay. That's very positive.
And I think when I left school, thinking back on it, I think my parents probably found me quite difficult, to be honest, when I left for a time.
What age did you leave school then?
18.
You were 11 to 18?
18, yeah.
Oh, that's late.
Yeah.
Why did you
17,
stay?
18, yeah.
Why did you stay so long? Lots of kids have left school at 14 or 16. Or...
No, 18. I think it was probably 17. I think it wasn't 18. It was 18 when I met Joe. No, it was earlier than that. It was probably 17.
Right, that's still quite late. You spent 6 years there.
Well, I went back, did an extra term or two to do some more exams
Okay.
and all the rest of it, you know.
So you're quite academic.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say any more average.
Okay.
But the big difference is I've continued to learn all through my life.
Mm.
And I've done seminars and webinars and all the rest of it. Certainly the last 20 years I've done a lot of it. And I've educated myself quite a bit on
Good
that.
for you. Not everybody can do that.
And but at the time I would have said I was sort of average, maybe just a bit above, but not, nothing special.
Mm. So you came back to the farm when you left school?
I come back to the farm when I left school.
Okay.
I'd done agricultural course up there, and mother had 100 hens in the stable. We had no electric or anything, and it was autumn. I left school on the December term, end of December term, and I got two bi-Aladdin lamps, and I'd light them 3 o'clock in the afternoon, take them down to the shed, hang them up for the birds, and go down there 11 o'clock at night and take them back in.
Oh.
Of course, these then started laying eggs, didn't they? Because they thought it was spring. And of course, most people then didn't realise that light would bring in extra light and all the rest of it, because I'd just done this course and all the rest of it. I'd all the latest information at fingertips.
Mm.
And they made way over 100 quid.
Yeah.
And the second year, put up the first part of the, put 60-foot shed up there. And I put 600 birds in it. And 100. So the second year I made 700 quid.
So the first year you had how many? 100?
It was 100 there the first year.
100 hens?
100 hens.
Yeah.
Made 100 quid.
And then
that was a lot of money then.
Yes, a lot of money.
And the second year, we used that to put the shed up, the first part of that shed. The second year I put 600 birds in there and 100. I made £700. Well, that time, that would buy a brand new car.
Yes. Wow.
The third year, instead of that, I had over 2,000 birds in it. It was 200 foot long. And they made over £2,000, made £2,500 the second year, which was enough to buy a tractor and a new car or whatever we wanted.
Oh. So Did you build a big shed or did you extend it?
We extended it.
Right.
We extended it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then and after that, other people started doing it. The profit just went. And I did poultry for a time. And then because of the dust, I got the asthma, which I still suffer from.
Right.
And in the end, it wasn't worth it really because it damaged my health.
Okay. So what did you go on to next after the hens?
Next we had, we took down the thing, and in 1960, we had put mobile homes in there, and we started letting them, which when the site started, which was the 50s, 60s. And after that, I bought a taxi business in Helston.
Okay, okay.
That was Greenback Taxis. I bought that in 1972. And I ran that for 8 years. And I was running day and night, running that farm by day. I run the taxis. Joe used to run them by day, I used to run them by night.
Right. So when you're running the farm, you're talking about dairy cattle and growing.
Well, at that time we stopped the dairy cattle and we were doing beef mostly.
Okay, yeah, going on to beef.
Pigs.
And
we
pigs.
were still doing poultry.
Oh, still.
Yeah.
So you had several jobs.
Doing a lot of work.
My goodness.
Yeah.
So, tell me how and where you met Joan.
Sorry?
Tell me how you met Joan.
I met her at a youth club meeting in Mullion, Methodist Youth Club.
Okay. In the Wesleyan Chapel?
No, it was a private house. I think it was Mrs. Drew had used to hold a thing for young people up there, I think, whatever.
Okay.
And we were sitting there and she was sitting opposite me and just looked at me and that was that.
Lovely. And she was a Gilbert?
Yeah.
And you knew her father? Did you know who she was already?
No, I had no idea who she was.
Okay, okay.
No idea.
And so was she related to Colin Roberts? He was a Gilbert.
I don't know, because they were related to the Gilberts in Rizzy.
Yes, yes. That's
you know,
Rosemary's.
Yeah,
you are.
They're all the same family.
Yes.
Yeah.
And was her dad a farmer too?
So?
Was her father a farmer too?
Yeah, he was a farmer, and he was also sergeant in the Home Guard for, they say he was the one that was in charge of the sabotage.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So how soon after meeting did you get married?
Got married when I was 21.
21.
Nearly 22 when I got married. Just got married in September of 22 in October.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Yeah.
And where did you live when you married?
The old farmhouse there, we was divided into two. We divided it into two. It was a big house. We split it into two houses, made it into two houses.
Oh, brilliant. And how many children do you have?
Two.
Two.
A daughter,
Mm-hmm.
born 1964, and son was born 1965, a year later, 18 months later.
Right, boy and a girl.
Yeah.
They're my age.
And my son is passed on, you know.
Oh dear, that's sad. So
Yeah.
young. What was his name?
James Bennetts.
James Bennetts.
Yeah.
And what's your daughter's name?
Rosalind.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
What month was she born?
She was born in June.
Okay, she's 3 months older than me.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm a 64 baby too.
Yeah.
Yeah, September though. Well, it's nice to think your daughter's my age.
Yeah.
Rosalind.
You probably know her. She's been over. She goes over.
I believe I've met her.
Yeah.
Where does she live?
Columpton. Columpton. in Devon.
Oh, okay. Does she have children as well?
She's got 2 boys.
2 boys, okay. And your son has the 2 girls?
The 2 girls, which are up here.
Ollie and Sophie.
So,
Yeah. Your son's daughters are Ollie and Sophie, right?
that's right, yes. Yeah.
And your daughter has 2 boys.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
easy to remember. Yeah. Well, it sounds like you've had a very busy life. Did you ever retire?
No. Still working.
You're still working. Wow, yes. Yeah. I seem to remember you told me that you got into writing during COVID. Is that right?
No, I wrote it. I became very ill 25 years ago, roughly now.
It was your illness.
At what they call Strauss. Then they've renamed it something else. God knows how you pronounce it. I wouldn't know. And what it is, the immune system becomes overactive. Now, why that happened, I don't know. At the time, there was only 25 people, I think, in Britain that had it. And starts damaging the cells in the body.
Right, it's attacking the body, isn't it?
The body.
I've heard of this, yeah.
And I went down to 9 stone, you know, I was skin and bones. Before they found out what was wrong with me. I did a wheelchair and all the rest of it.
Yes, I remember you were bedridden.
Yeah,
So
and then I wrote the book. And for something to do, that was all. Just something to do. I couldn't stand sitting there doing nothing. And I sent it off to a publisher. I mean, I'm going back there 25 years. More probably. They said, oh, we'll publish it for you. Not a no-no. I said, we like it. £5,000. Well, that's equivalent about 25 grand now, you know. Forget it. I said, well, that's a waste of time. Stuck it in the drawer, forgot it. And I started doing webinars and stuff, and I went away. I used to go off on courses and that sort of thing, 2 or 3 days, learning, catching up to date. And I come back here one day, and I'd just done this course up in Blackburn, and
What was it on?
it was on marketing, that type of thing. It was on finance and that sort of thing.
Okay, interesting.
Because basically, after I had a bad do when Nigel Lawson come out the ERM, and interest rates went from 8.5% to 27% overnight.
Remember those days?
Yeah. And that nearly ruined me. I had a lot of property and stuff, and oh dear, we had a mess. I said it's never going to happen again. And after that, I started studying it, you know.
Right.
And in 2008, I knew that crash was coming 3 or 4 years before it came. I knew it was going to happen. I go to Cross Culture, I was there one day, and I said to Joan about it. And she was fed up with me. She said, shut up, she said. She said it long enough, she said a little that, and I thought, I'd better shut up. I'll never forget her saying that.
Yeah, that's the trouble when things go up. They always come down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the problem we got now is, you look at the 30s, and the crash came 6-8 months after. And the government, after 2008, did everything to stop that. And of course it's ricocheted up, and the problems are still with us, because all they did was, as soon as they got enough money to pay the interest, they said we're okay. We weren't. It was never paid off. And that debt is still there, and that's our biggest problem today. And it's going to come back to bite us.
Has to.
Sorry?
It has to. You can't go on like that.
Yeah, that's right.
Indefinitely.
Definitely, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
Bad management. So, you wrote about Quizzy the Lamb, and I remember you saying you wrote it from experience. What experience did you have with sheep?
Oh, we kept sheep.
You did keep sheep.
We kept sheep, yeah.
As well as the cattle.
Yeah, we kept sheep, yeah.
So you've known them since you were a child.
Oh, yeah.
You've watched them.
Yeah. Yeah, I can remember one Sunday morning, and sheep got an edge up there. I was going to chapel, and we never went to chapel. We thought we'll try and get this thing out.
Yeah, yeah.
And you cut the stuff away, and then he'd jump forward and get more stuff there, and really drove me nuts. He's killing himself was there. And I said, God, I don't know why we keep these things. Yeah. They're not all stories that happen to be what they are. They're all things that sheep could do.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Could get into trouble doing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because it's in their nature.
Yeah.
Well, I find that interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know much about sheep. It's a lovely
Have
story.
you ever read any of my books or not?
Yes. Oh, yes, of course.
Have you?
And you have a poetry book too.
Sorry?
You have a book of poetry
Oh, you
as
read
well.
that as well, have you?
Mhm. Yeah. You came to Monday Club, spoke about it.
I did, yes.
We read some of your poetry
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, of course I've read Quizzy. Oh yeah, can't all read Quizzy. That's really
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
Have you read the second book?
No, the new one?
Yeah.
No, I haven't read that
Oh,
yet.
wow.
No. That's a treat.
I'll give you a copy of that in a minute.
Oh, would you? Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic. Yes, I'd like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter would like that too. She loves animals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what did you keep sheep for?
I used to keep sheep for to sell the lambs off, you know,
Meat.
breed them.
Meat, yes.
Yeah.
Right, yes, that's what Rosemary does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Rosemary does down there, still does it, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So you had quite a lot then. So you had cattle.
We had cattle and sheep. Well, I had over 200 acres for him at the time.
Mm-hmm. So what was his name?
He had a gentleman called Johnny Rapson
Oh.
worked for me. And he was the world coal carrying champion for a long time. And he carried a bag of coal on his back, 100 of coal, rough coal on his back, from St Ives to Land's End without dropping it. And that's a long way.
No kidding.
But during the war, he was an unarmed combat instructor for the Marines. And he was working for us, you know.
Strong.
And he taught Joan and myself how to handle ourselves if we had problems. And this is why we weren't afraid to do the night driving.
Oh. That's amazing.
You know?
And Joan wasn't afraid of it at all.
But she wasn't afraid because she knew what to do. If anybody gave her any trouble, they'd have been on the floor.
Really? Wow.
We've got to remember her father was trained as well because he was on guard and trained for sabotage. I mean, so she had really good training. She knew what she was doing,
Wow.
you know.
And you weren't scared of her.
Joan.
Scary person.
Scared of Joan? No. We never had a row in our lives. I don't ever remember having a row with Joan.
Lovely. Wow. What sort of dog did she have?
So,
What sort of dog?
poodle.
It was a poodle.
Yeah, it weren't no bigger than that. But one of the lads one day bought a car, same make as what Joan had. And he said, I don't know whether it's driving right. So Joan said to him, oh, just drive mine out a minute, just drive that around. He got out of the car, Debbie was still in the car. And he got in it, started it, and Debbie jumped out, put her bottom in against the windscreen, front paws on the steering wheel, right in his face, and just barked at him until he got out. He couldn't drive it away.
He couldn't move it.
He couldn't move
Oh,
it.
that's hilarious. So Joan had.
Yeah,
Oh, that's. Yeah.
yeah.
Did you have dogs? at
No,
the
I
farm?
never liked dogs.
Oh, okay.
Didn't like dogs.
What happened to poor Debbie when you got married?
Well, Joan had a dog, and I mean, you know, she kept the dog and she looked after it.
Oh.
The dog was thing, but I never had much love for dogs. And the reason was when I was about 3-4-year-old, and being on my own, I had a cat, had a kitten, and his mother died when it was got trapped or something. It didn't come back, and I fed it and brought it up, and it went everywhere with me.
Oh.
If I went down the yard, it'd jump on my shoulder for a lift, go with me.
But Debbie was okay.
Debbie was okay, yeah. Well, Debbie was Joan's dog. I mean, she used to run around town, and if Joan would go to the office or she wasn't there, and she didn't follow her or whatever, she'd go around town looking for her. And people in town, in Halston, in the shops, knew her. And she'd look in the shop, and they'd say, "She ain't here, Debbie." And Debbie turned around and go out.
How long did she have Debbie?
Oh, she had her for years.
Yeah?
Years. I don't know how many years she had her, but she had her for a long, long time.
Ah. And Debbie tolerated you?
Yeah, tolerated me. Yeah, well, she's all right with me.
She liked you.
If Joan liked me, she liked me. You know, that was that.
That was that. So who was he?
John Trewin.
Oh, John Trewin.
Most people already know him. He was a councillor and all the rest of it. Yeah, he was walking across the fields here.
Yeah.
And there shouldn't have been anything in the fields at all. And suddenly he thought he was being followed, and he heard footsteps behind him, like, you know.
Was it at night?
At night, in the dark, at night. And turned around, couldn't see nothing.
Yeah.
Walked on, and they were gradually getting closer. And they stopped again, the footsteps stopped. And then he walked on again, and then the footsteps were getting close up behind him. And he stopped again, and the footsteps stopped, and then suddenly he felt hot breath down the back of his neck.
Oh my gosh.
And he said his hair stood on end. And he said he turned around, and he said he had two eyes staring straight at him.
Oh my gosh.
And he said he thought his time had come. He said he thought it was old Nick himself, he said. Until he realised it was a bullock.
A bullock. Oh my God. Was it a black one?
Black.
Oh my word. That's brilliant.